between the two, I have an X50 PRO Ultra. There's the Pro that speaks Chinese. And you can see the only difference is, well, other than me putting a plate on upside down underneath. Hold on. It speaks Chinese. Oh, we can take a wait of it, maybe. And earlier, well, I was on the phone as well, and I just clipped this in incorrectly. You can see right there, missed a spot. That's the latch. There we go. And before they release this one, which I never thought they would do ever, with all the features, they just decided, let's go ahead and make the top bezel not have to have a hinge, which is cool. It's going to have a magnetic thing that just covers it all. I'm curious to see, do they let you see these? I did think these looked pretty premium, the way they did these lines here. I like the way those looked. Going around it, it would have been great to, but, you know, line versus. So I'm gonna make it just like the best X40 was the Pro Ultra. Someday there'll be a Pro Ultra version of the X50 Pro Ultra, which I'm sure will have hopefully improved battery life. Honestly, what I'd hope it would do would have a adjustable suspension, not in the type. What's it doing? Not in the kind of like leaping over barriers like this, but I mean like the Q-Revo curve by that can literally lift up one side independently to kind of hop over bar stools and the like. Oh, it's totally confused about where it is by the LiDAR data of this barrier here. Let's see if we can see any similarities over there. Come on. Found the home. I wish I could know what it's saying this whole time. I wanted to be able to know. Now I can know. Yeah, there's some dust right here. Do you want to get some upgraded pads? I have quite a bunch of them, but anyway, so here's a little paperwork you get with the Chinese one that I'm one of the few people, well, sorry, I am the only one in the world that I know of currently with it, except for a few weird reviews, and I can't show you this. This is how we were able to get it here in the United States functional, but here's stickers and things that say this, but here's the only intro papers you get with it. You get this little pamphlet and this here from them. There is, despite having the app in, well, so much of it in Chinese, but the functional parts in English, there's just so many things that, I mean, it's, you'd think under the languages and tones section, they would finally at least add an English language option for the robot to speak or use with the ChatGPT, so that you could, for, you know, people that are living in China yet don't speak Chinese, there's plenty of people that live places that don't speak the normal language, or the language of the location. So this is what I got with the X50 Pro. Again, every single thing and the entire thing is all, there's not a single English section because it was never meant to be sold in the US. So just comparing the two of these, I think that's about as fancy we're gonna get. I mean, just there's some coverings around it, or is this Russian or something? Or I mean, there's some Germans. It's interesting the places that looks like they're gonna promote it or something. But anyway, let's see. All this was of no help to me then. So curious to see how this goes now. Oh, great, my animals. This is a much better quick start guide, I have to say. Much better than this. Okay, kitty, don't jump up here. Hold up. I'm still wondering where the $390 off is supposed to be from my placing a pre-order and the contractual agreements that we went into as a legally binding contract. Well, where is that supposed to come? But that's a fight for another day. When people finally care about that, which I'm guessing is not going to be many of the high-end, super nerdy little club there is out there. Anyone else buying it is someone who doesn't care about the money anyway, so they're not gonna give a crap about that. Here are all the accessories, or the functional parts. It's got another manual in there. Okay, this is so much better packaged. Wow, that one has the Chinese one had literally no divided segments like this that I'm aware of with diagrams. It was all just kind of thrown together in there with plastic bags, and just there's nothing like this to lift things out and have them mean something. I'm curious what this is. It's heavy, and I mean, like, they'd ship it to you and they'd put stuff like inside the tanks here, and just, I mean, it's crazy. I'm curious to see just how truly similar they really are. Actually, I'd like to keep that protection on it. I wasn't planning on doing this right now, but I do want to get this out of here and clean this first room at the very least possible. And again, these are the barriers, boundaries. Let's go into the shop. It's just a mess right now of what this whole thing was. Why X50 versus the. Honestly, I was going to choose a locked down version, limited of the X50 PRO Ultra, because just mechanically speaking, until they had the ability to do that, it's just I could not stand the normal US version of the X50 Ultra. The Pro Ultra finally put the dual rollers under it. That's just a must-have. Anyone knows, that was what made iRobot successful, and I'm guessing that's off patent now or something, but also, or an improvement upon the invention, where they took from the one I mentioned earlier, the Curivo Curve that has the split singular roller with tapered down section to an opening in the middle so that nothing can get tangled on it. Hairs can't get tangled. They'll go right in. They take this design, move it to here. Oh, that's the robot. What am I saying? Where, it's two of them. They're suspended only on one end, not connected on both, so that hairs can't get wrapped around them, and they're slightly tapered so they'll eventually work their way and go straight into the Airstream and collection bin. Okay, very interesting here. Looks like the same languages. Let's see if they included English this time, or if they just launched it without any care to add English. I actually would like to really compare this. This is the one part. So did they actually spend the time to add English to that part? Great. Well, one day with this open in the other room, birds flying. Others, oh, okay, there was English there. I don't know why this is such a tiny little thing, but it's been for a smaller part. I'll name this video X50 PRO Ultra. That's the only people kind of wondering, what the heck? Wait, there's already a Pro Ultra out? Why didn't I know about that? Which there one day will be. It's gonna have, like, I mean, wall climbing abilities. I at least assume it's going to have the battery life issues that the rest of this one suffers from. Hopefully they'll take some of the things I would like them to take seriously about the app. This keeps getting dirty here because when you put a segment for it to jump over, right, there is no way for you in the app to say which is the lower side and which is the higher side. And that, you know, when you put that zone for it to clip over, to jump over, to deploy, it doesn't treat it. It's like it doesn't realize it's still a surface or ledge that needs to have it go all the way to the edge, deploy the brush, and still sweep this, and then worry about going over it. It just doesn't do that at all right now. Just this accumulates dirt here, and I have to just keep sweeping it out all the time. And they could literally fix that in one simple thing. When you add the bar, just like you can add in furniture, you add the bar to say this is either a no-go zone or a traversable area. To just have dual colors of, like, you know, or like dashed with a solid line, and then, you know, something that shows that, oh, solid line equals the higher side, and the dash is lower, or whatever, you know, some way you can rotate it around so the robot knows, and it knows to treat the lower side as if it's a lower step, and before it goes up to it, to still come along the edge of that step and not just treat the whole area as a thing to avoid and just jump over, and then you have all these dirty sections. That bothers me. That greatly bothers me. I never really thought that would be something I'd have to worry about. Left from the factory test, please rest assured to use. The factory test. Okay, inside the robot. We're not to the robot yet, but I do want to see the base station similarities, if they're not just literally identical. On the back, there should be everything's exactly the same. Oh, wait. Is this a thoughtful upgrade? Is this a handle? Is that a handle? Hold on. Did I miss that before? Hold on. Did I miss the handle before? Hold on. Maybe I did. Oh, I guess I did. Or whatever that was. I missed it. Okay, let's fully load it. Now let's see. Should have put some more pajamas on for this. If this video actually... I guess I could just recreate the whole thing again, but I don't do this late at night. Otherwise, would be kind of a sad occasion, but I'd rather make it a little bit better by looking at all this and getting the nightmare that was that whole I like brush and timing, which again, it's difficult to explain. There's just some things that I was assured about it that would function that just do not, and it was like moments before they released this, and obviously extremely frustrating within my return period, and just the amount of backlash from the seller is just crazy. For straight up just lies given about how it would operate. And I mean, even just I can't own it, I can't have my name on the account, I can't have my phone number attached to it, I can't do anything. I mean, and it's like a round trip thing. It costs takes over a minute and a half to do, you know, what I obviously with the pets, to go look for your pets and see the video on it, which is a big majorly important feature for me. When I'm gone here, I really need to have eyes and ears because I have a lot of animal activity. And oh wait, did they make this golden colored up top? More good in this one. That would be so cool. Is there a way I can turn this off, like where I could compare without the light? I feel like that one's silver, or is this just more machine? Hold on, or maybe it's just machined ridges, but it's got a cover over it, or machined ridges. Okay, hold on. Wait, is there a plastic layer still over this? I don't know about. I don't think so. I want to deal with it when I don't have my camera brushes or things here, but it looks to me like they're literally identical. I mean, literally exactly the same in every single way, just without the Chinese characters down there. And this is what that brush part looked like before I took off the protective layer. All the same. I just wish they would come with some fluid cleaning solution that the order should give me. And it's also frustrating that only cleans the mop pads while it's on the station and does nothing to put it on your floor. Why do I feel like this looks cleaner? Probably just because of the lighting hitting the grid. Anyway, should I wait to pull this off tomorrow when I can do it on my, like quality actual film camera instead of just my phone? Peel test, which will have it look much nicer. It's the one thing that was actually probably a good idea. I mean, okay, sorry. I mean, good idea. Good thought to do that. And just so anyone knows, this isn't some like X40 whatever. This is a genuine X50 Pro. Like, you can look at the light design and everything. You can deploy the feet, which are held up here right now. Those are all our wheels. Oh, I want to see if everything about the AI action, everything on the front is identical or not. Hold on. Oh, here's the base. The leg part I don't have the space for right now. Okay, I guess I'm going this way. That's why there's two, a miniature one and a large one. Another one, the robot was around the station, but there were no such dividers like this to make it easy to pull out like this. Nothing like that. I don't really even remember how it actually came packaged, to be honest now. This brush thing was really useful. I didn't even get enough use out of it to really need to scrub it because it only ever did this one room, but it's just such a useful cutter tool for, like, it has a thing you can open up and cut hair if you needed to. I've never had to do it with that, but honestly I just used it around the house for other things. It's such a good design. It's just such a well-designed scrubbing tool. I just love it. The extension abilities and the means to open up a little blade there for you, so you can extend this to clean the bottom of your tank. Push this down, pop it out like that, and really get in there and scrub it. But I mean, I use this for scrubbing so many other things around here, and then this little hidden thing for detangling hairs or cutting just anything. Got a stray strand on your mattress, just snip it off. Okay, here's more information. Wait, what? Sale inhibitor information label. Is this broken English or huh? This is the type of stuff. Oh look, did they white out like I love that they put a whiteout strip and changed the date of manufacturer. So it was December 2024. Okay. What's underneath that? Hold on. You can see some text they wrote down. Was it going to be like to be determined or something? It was not a date. I can say that. What does it say? C. That's funny. Wow. I've never seen that. But look at this. It explains everything here. There's information. I see cast number. There's for ingredients in, what is it? CL inhibitor. I feel like this is, these the things that it uses to keep the tanks freshened, those deodorizers and things. It's giving CAS information, which is for I keep reading it. Chemistry background as well. For non-chemists, that's just a way to, it's like a catalog of all the chemical information about the chemistry and ingredients used. Wow, gosh, a thing like this that had all this extra information about all this and the setup of it would have been so useful to have had. I just want to have something like this, even though it's pretty self-explanatory. Oh wait, routine maintenance. Oh, okay, that's exactly what I knew. But things like, hey, how many months did this? You can check through the app, but things like this here just would have been nice to know that is the proper way of doing it instead of just, checking it out. What's this here? Oh, that's obvious. I do that anyway myself. I actually have not cleaned this out yet. It's good to know. HEPA filter, you need it to be like a day at least. What time do they say? If you do that, okay, 24 hours. I was gonna say it needs to be in daylight for that, or else it is completely clogged and you will not be able to make a horrible mess. Hot pads. He talks about auto emptying, vent cleaning. And I'm glad to see all this. This is the boring stuff, and then a contact us. This is a warranty card. How about the thing about the pre-order? The information with that, great to throw in here, but whatever. Warranty card. I'm gonna keep all this there. Scale inhibitor information label. I feel like, scale. What could they have even meant? They mean like bacterial growth inhibitor information label. How does it get chopped into that scale? Anyway, let's get down there. How many placement pads? Oh, sorry, didn't come with any of these. Are just the original ones. There are some that have some really cool textures and antimicrobial properties that, to me, just feel stronger than the other ones. I never like to put a robot upside down. Well, it's got protective covering on everything, right? Including this. No, it doesn't have it on that. I don't want to have a single scratch on this robot ever. So I'm ever going to invert it. I want it to be in perfect shape. Always. So I'm going to do this with one hand right now, guys. I care a lot about this unit, and the hell I've been through to get that one. I think these might overlap a little bit more than the other one did. It is kind of weird that you took away the mechanical mechanism, which makes it simpler, and just have the robot drive it itself. But I do wonder the actual rate of cleaning it compared to like the X40s. Or even just the X50 PRO Ultra, but it comes pre-installed with this. So they give you absolutely not even 1 second pair of these to use. I have shit ton. The one thing I did with the Chinese, because I thought I'd be the only one for a long time, for like a year or more, with a working X50 in the United States. There's only one cell on all of AliExpress for that, and only one company that can actually provide a virtual cloud with Dream's knowledge of it, even if they won't officially admit to it, because I have a complete unlocked account for that where it cannot be banned or removed ever, and they went through the process of that. But anyway, a bunch of these came in a little kit I bought, but a lot of them were already, like, I think these were all the ones they sent me with it, just to let me have some extras, because I was worried about running out of things. And anyway, if anyone wants to know how to get affordable things like this instead of paying a fortune for this, let me know. Alright, now I gotta pamper this one. It is the one that's going to be here for life, hopefully, just like that old Roomba out there, the 960 or whatever. It'll be here like 8 years and 10 years later, however many years it's been. This is one I'm gifting someone else, but I remember this. I was so excited because I used to do vision analysis coding on robotics in the past. Super pumped about this. That was way before self-emptying, but you know, they've actually, I mean, they just can't even go with iRobot anymore. They're so bad. But even more modern ones have cheaped out, and just the number of IR sensors here, they'll only have a 1, 2, 45-degree ones. They rely on everything with the vision. If they wanted to make it better and they didn't want to use LiDAR, just add the front one facing one, keep the same amount of sensors, don't ever remove sensors, keep your IR homing light, especially since you don't have LiDAR and things to give actual precise measurements. If you don't get rid of this, and don't just use the camera to do slow vision analysis that takes so long, and also run them tandemly. This one for navigation, this one on the front for obstacle avoidance. They just trash their entire everything. It's just, you can tell management just tried to, also the whole mopping ones, oh god, those are just disasters. They're just disastrous. And you can tell, you know, poor engineers were told to, you know, make it work, and they have this little floppy thing that flips them around in the back and comes down and deploys. It just doesn't do shit. And anyway, this is what happens. Now, a virtually perfect flagship, like, well, what the M3 used to be in sports cars, of robot vacuum set. This one was like an amalgam of every single feature of every robot vacuum on the market I could ever find, put into one single unit. So it's that one, but this one is in the US version now, and I can get the chat GPT and the commands, and I can hear it and understand it. So I don't have to use that weird Chinese converter. So let me get to setting it up off camera, but what is in here again? Oh, shit. Everything's already. But yeah, let me find some tape, some double-sided tape, just so I can, what am I saying? Some wax paper for removing these things here. I guess I could do that real quick just to make sure the vision system is exactly the same. As far as I'm aware, it's identical. And then you got the crisscross lasers, which other models that only had one laser firing at one side, I didn't like that for obstacle avoidance purposes. Oh, okay. For a second I thought I saw the light switch positions. Okay, AI action. Yep. So there's the same amount of fins present. Wait, did they disable the little bit of bumper action that was there? Okay, maybe I just haven't. Wait, or maybe it's because this. I don't know what's going on with that actually. Maybe once I peel off the top and some things like that, it'll come to life, but there should be a springing action here. That's not happening. Oh, it's by that tiny bit of adhesive that's not even really touching it. There should be bumper there, and also a definite shock absorber on that front wheel for when it comes down from the high layer. It'll bam, smashes in the ground. So this thing here better have a superb shock absorber and spring system in it, as it does. And I'm so surprised that this front lip of this hasn't been more damaged. Oh wait, did they? No. It's exactly the same. Exactly. I was like, did they change anything? The rubber edge, slipping, nothing. It's exactly the same. The only thing different is, oh, this will be kind of cool to see. It's a magnetic top. This little component is different. Just an aesthetic change, which I welcome. It's fine. And let's see, are they literally interchangeable? This would be interesting to see if they change or not. I can't imagine it. Why fix something that's, if it's not broken, why fix it? X50 Pro goes right into the Ultra. Very identical in every way. And also, I love that it said 20,000 kilopascal, or whatever the unit of suction that they, when this one was 19,500, and then when they say 20,000, that's when they put an asterisk next to it, which was like in-house testing variation, whatever. You know, they just wanted to put 20,000 because it was 500 away. I shouldn't have moved that over there. My brand new clean one. And before you, oh, this is what, oh, the bumper guard. Okay, the Chinese did it differently. They actually had, do I have those pieces up here still? Hold on. There's still some privacy real quick, but no, I must have put them back into another section of how I was returning this. But the Chinese one had, instead of this, it had, which is actually, I will say, it was actually a much better design with the Chinese one, because you could have started this up without having that. Notice how when I was pushing on the bumper, it was no. The Chinese one had this here, this foam that's been put in here. They had it in two separate pieces, and they had a tab that was coming out the side like this that said basically, like, I can imagine like this. It said, you know, in Chinese, like, pull here. You pull on it, and it would slide out that, which was white instead of black foam. And this one, I'm sure in the instructions says lift off top and lift upwards on this foam pad like this, but that should give me the bumper, little bumper car action. It's been around from the trilobite era, I think, at least the first iRobots. Anyway, okay, so yeah, they segmented it. There's little things, but I mean, basically it's the exact unit in every way except just well, they made a white version of it, which honestly would have loved to have. That would have looked beautiful. But okay, all right, I'm gonna be done with this tonight. I really want to pull this off and see what it looks like without it, but I don't want to do that while all this is, you can see all the reflections of all this looking trashy, but, and I'm not on my, like, any of my Sony cameras, at least the A6 or the A7 IV at least, or something, with a nice lens and polarizer. So anyway, all right, so I'll upload this as X50 PRO Ultra and see how many people yeah, there'll probably be a lot of people that are frustrated with the name there, but I mean, I put a slash in it or a little dash or something. But you know, there's people that are going to be pre-googling X50 PRO Ultra just to want to know when that comes out. For the few people that are really into this stuff, like I am now, where I still, even though I think this is the best iteration of all the design things, I still would love to be able to be sent things like the Q Revo Curve. I keep mentioning that one for several reasons, and just some other models from Roborock to, same parent company owns them, but to compare against and just test different things. Like that's the only one I know that has adjustable suspension. By that I mean literally it can lift itself up while driving and down, and not this like huge leap thing, this giant leap. This is not it's a long process, it takes a lot of torque, and then it you can do a wiggle thing where you can try to attack one side first and then the other, or that's not the best. You should just have it go all at once. And then these, you can see the rubber tread pattern is made with there's little gaps everywhere. Those are made to grab the edge, and then immediately pops over the other side, falls down. This is the spring mechanism, lets it fall backwards, and then it comes back to like a gun, reloads it sort of and puts it back in. And it is only for climbing a step. It has nothing to do with adjusting the height of this. But there's one of them that does have the means. It doesn't have a thing like this, but it does have the means to actually adjust the ride height here, and then adjust the front. It can lower the front idler to incline it like this and jump over small things. And that's the only thing that if I could see the technology put into this would make this absolutely perfect, because when it gets wrapped around cables and things, if it were able to just lift itself up slightly over them, get itself out of the situation, or go over like a bar stool foot or something like that and stay level, and that would be, I think, the ultimate machine. That would be the ultimate machine. We're going to see that soon. We're going to see versions of it that have the more advanced suspension systems included with it. Variable height suspensions, just because it makes them more diverse. And when they inevitably do make a mistake with the obstacle avoidance, it's a great way of getting out of it when you get tangled around a cord. That it will increase success rate of everything, every part of it. They do need to do that. And here it's going to be a little hard with this unit because there's just not much space in there left. Literally, there was a version called the X50 PRO Enhanced that instead of having this full-on mechanism here, it had just a little extended section that was kind of like a windmill that was kind of cut into quarters that would just let it, when it rolled over, it would just kind of give it a means to grip and pull itself over 20 millimeter little barriers that was kind of I don't even know, deployed separately. I think it was just on there all the time. I could be wrong, but it's just but if this had the ability to literally have suspension that like that, that will be that extending battery life, and that will be next generation of what they do with this. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to see from it. And improving the app. The app needs to be improved massively, where there's more furniture you can add, more recognition of, especially the Leap technology. They need to do the things that I've been sharing about that. I've gone through it before. I've been even more than it. I've had this for so much longer than any other reviewer that you've seen on YouTube. Anyone you've seen on YouTube that has talked about this, I have had it so much longer than they have. I just don't have a huge, massive YouTube channel or following, and I haven't been uploading videos about it. But literally, I've had this so much longer than they have to render detailed opinions about every little part of this, flaws, imperfections. Also tips and tricks of how, if you have uneven floor like this, where there was some water damage when this was storage area and an air conditioner which just flooded the floor like this, things like this that make it difficult to have it scan for particulates. There are some ways where you can take lighting like this, lay it across the floor, and at a certain brightness it will help it detect particulates by the shadows. There's just a lot of things that I've discovered that are it's valuable information that I really do want to pass on to you guys. If I can get an audience and some, people following me, and hopefully also ever some sponsors that, I don't need to keep the robots, just send some others so I can compare against them. There are some others that, even though I think this is the best out there currently, there are still others that have things that I'm genuinely interested in and I would like to compare against. I have a feeling that the split design would be able to handle way more hair volume entangling than this. This is a better compromise to get the dual rotation stuff, but like the Q-Revo Curve, I want to test that unit. It's the one that comes with a dome. I want to test that unit for many reasons. Because it's just a mixture of several technologies that I really want to check out. And with a background in robotics, like through every year of my life, doing robotic challenges and, the VAX robotic stuff. I've got trophies and doing artificial, vision analysis before the DARPA Grand Challenge, before self-driving cars were even a thing, back when obstacle avoidance and solving stuff like that in robotics was the number one thing in the field. I was doing it. The first robot I ever made as a kid that I did a science fair test on, other than one looking like Johnny Five for some military stuff, the first one looked very similar to these, and I had a grid basically of an IR-seeking light that would keep moving through the grid in that direction without GPS or something like that, and use a sonar array when I was really little to try to have it navigate around things. This was that was when obstacle avoidance was still like a huge thing and was not even really, we didn't see it in much commercial or anything yet. Right before use. Okay, here goes. Well, I'm gonna let this one charge up and set up the app, and I guess I'll have to log out of the other one, which has a lot of weird info and Wi-Fi 6 router they sent for me. Well, that is the one bummer about, that's probably one bummer about this. I bet you this one I'm just gonna only be able to use a Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz signal, which is fine. The Chinese one accepts the full Wi-Fi 6E band, and if it weren't for having to relay it all the way to a Chinese server and back across the globe and stuff, I imagine the quality and speed of video would be better than this, unless this does accept faster speeds than I'm aware of. This PEI plate, can I put it on here? Hold on. Yeah, it's clean enough. Alright. Alright, just a second. I'm trying to find places to put some of these things that I want to put back maybe for a better video and it sounds like a cluttered room and all this going on. That is a disappointment of how misaligned that is. I didn't see anything like that with the Chinese one. Then I'm going to take the spot of that one. Its place. Just to prove how identical they are, I'm going to just take the base off of this, just take this one right off of here and see if it's the exact mold in every single way or if they changed anything at all. Nope. Exact thing in every single way, literally. Okay. So I guess in one way, the one thing I have to offer if anyone wants this far in the YouTube video, if I upload this, please comment the word penguin below so I'll know if there's any legit people out there that stuck with me somehow through this if I do upload it. Penguin below. I also have a lot of electronic giveaways to do, and I don't know, with, you know, a lot of streaming and computer type stuff, so there might be some overlap just depending on which crowds. But you know, I'll be doing something on the channel that I'll help eventually reward those that are participating in things, and it's gonna be kind of confusing which channel to use for this versus starting a brand new channel or use the one I've been using for some game streaming. But anyway, now here's something interesting. The Chinese one made me install the deodorizing units, which I haven't seen here. It made me do that. I'm gonna guess this one they finally got smart enough to say, why wouldn't we just put them in there to begin with? Yep, there you go. Smart enough to just say, why wouldn't we just put it in there to begin with? Just like, oops, too close to the wall. Just like this one, like, why didn't they just put it in there to begin with? Why did they make me do that? And in here, that one there, why send it to me and make me clip it in? Why not just clip it in to begin with? Uh-oh, they didn't do that. I gotta find it. Or wait, for the US version, did they make that an optional extra or something? You have to pay for that deodorizer thing? No way. Where's a breakdown of everything I get with this? One thing this is gonna piss me off here. Oh, even though I was gonna say I've never had any odor from that at all, but it's not really much to clean. It's not like it's doing animal stuff yet, but holy shit, I might have a problem with them. Let me find the. I mean, where's just didn't this have an overview of like literally everything that comes with it? At least, or if they don't have that in here. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, I should pause the video. I didn't order the deodorizers kits in here. I could have off of AliExpress, but hold on. And I recommend that people do that off of AliExpress right now. You can buy things for anything that's, well, there's some straight up that say X50 Ultra right now, which should have been a hint that this was coming, because I was like, why are they naming that? They're just not aware of it when I had the X50 Pro. Oh, wait, they gave me a can of solution. Oh, wow. That's awesome. They didn't give me that on the other one. Did they give me there it is, right? Oh, I was going to say, I don't even have power for it, but come on, where's the entire cartridge for the deodorizing part? Do not tell me that is some optional thing I have to literally buy otherwise, because that would be ridiculous. Unless you're like, American smelly, nasty anyway, they don't give a fuck. Chinese, there's something about that. Don't allow it in Chinese household, making peaks. Which, for the most part, I'm not doing a great job at purchasing. This is just in underwear briefs right now, at like 3 a.m. in the morning, whatever time this is. Just trying to get over some, just, women stuff, so it's just, anyway. So I'm doing this not how I planned at all, but I just couldn't leave it in here anymore and not get some, get a look at it. But let me see this here. Where's the first thing it shows? Every single part that was sent. Uh-oh. They don't give it to you. They don't give it to you. Auto detergent compartment pre-installed. Oh, okay, that's it. They do not give it to you. Cleaning solution. Wow, they don't give it to you. know that, everyone. They don't give you something that, if you don't know about it, it is there. It is a deodorizing unit that, if I understand correctly, does a hell of a job. And that's why all those people are talking about, like, oh, I put Listerine in my stuff to make it not smell so bad, and all this weird shit people are doing, instead of just like looking up the chemistry and just saying, let me put some 95% ethanol or isopropyl alcohol. So I'm going to remove this, take it out, and put it in there. This is see? Hey, I've shown you guys things that are actually of use so far. Only problem is, I can't access it with the other shit being crate use until it totally tore off the handle massively. Get to it. Alright, guys. Well, let me get this situation handled, and I will get back to it in a minute. I want to get that out of there. It's really not been used much, and I want to have it popped into the new one. Alright, bye. Crazy hat hair day. I can't believe they really did leave this out. They left out a part. You can see it's supposed to be there. It's not there.